and welcome back to more SimCity with myself, Pink Dino. There have been some changes. Bit of a crash going on as well. Hopefully we haven't bitten off more than we can chew. Just going to go through what's different. As you can see, the entire central zone has now been industrialised. We finally hit our goal of 750,000 in exports. So finally got the extension built on our metals HQ. Opened our trade port, which was good. Had some exports. The money started flowing like nobody's business. While this was all going on, our industrial zone flourished. We hit our goal of 5 medium tech and 5 high tech industrial buildings, which enabled us to open our first processing factory. We've now got 3 of these, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, all nicely central in this lovely industrial zone, traffic-free industrial zone. So how did I do that? Well, I'll tell you, I cheated. I completely demolished most of the residential zones and the commercial zones as well. So we now only have 47,242 people. So it's half the population, which means it's half the traffic. Clever, huh? So microprocessors did really well. We got rid of one of the smelting factories. I've now started importing ore. We've got rid of one of our ore lots because space is now the premium. It's all about space. So we've still got 1 coal factory here. This will probably go soon, as well as the smelter and the ore factory, the ore mine, because why bother? We're making so much money at the moment producing alloy. I've got rid of a metal lot on here. It's only producing alloy. It produces 80 tons of alloy a day. Why not just build another trade port and we'll just import the alloy and then use this space here to create more TVs and more computers, which will make more money. So that's the plan. So what else have we got? We have upgraded our trading HQ here. We've now got ourselves an electronics HQ with an upgrade. That's closing in on 2.5 million per day at the moment, which isn't too bad. We still need a little bit more. So let's have a look. Next upgrade on that gives us processor, alloy and plastic storage lots at the trade port. We've already got those already, so we don't really need to worry about any more upgrades. We can get an electronics HQ. Maybe worth it, maybe not. Not too sure. So look, you're down here, aren't you? What's the bonuses for this? Electronics division. Local access granted, trade port, processor, TV and storage lots. We've already got those in play because we've got an electronics division over here. So, what else have we done? Well, this zone over here, I've turned back to residential because we were running out of people to run the factories. There's still a couple of complaints here about people saying there's problems. We are going to need another sewage lot. Why are we going to need another sewage problems? What's going on here? Backed up pipes. So do we need to plop another sewage lots? Let's do it. Hopefully 2 can work. If not, we'll find out soon. Other big change down the bottom here, this bad boy. We had severe problems, as you might have seen from the solar powered plant. It was at maximum capacity and it's still fluctuating. With trade being on such a knife's edge, shall we say, having power cuts really wasn't helping at all. So we've done away with the solar plant and we've plopped this bad boy here. Nuclear power plants, and it has got, because we've done some research at the university, it has got the advanced Gen 2 thermal reactor, which is great. That's super duper. Loads of power being produced, no worries at all about excess. We're well in the green now, so that's great. Being a nuclear power plant though, it does need a heck of a lot of water, so we have got 1 water pump here at full capacity, plus another one over here which is got 3 expansions on it, and we've got excess water. I'm not messing about with this. This is having as much as I can fit in this space, because the last thing we need is for this bad boy to go nuclear. It will just cause so many problems. So yeah, this is good. We've got a nice safe worker education level because of our university. We've got some nicely educated Sims. Sims over in this corner have been complaining that it's getting a bit smoggy because of the industry here. Once again, this is one of the reasons I want to get rid of this smelting factory, because it is just, you can see the ground, it's smelly, it's horrible, we don't need it anymore. We can focus on our processing and our consumer electronics factories, which we've got over here. So look how you're doing. So you can see the amount of resources that they need. They need a shed load of processors, they need a shed load of alloys, and they need a shed load of plastic. So what I have done is I've got rid of the metals completely from this this zone. We now have plastic reclamation lines on our recycling centre, so that's good. And then over in the corner here we have our trade depot. You notice this has moved because there was an act of God again. Second disaster. We had a earthquake in this this corner here, which wiped out the trade depot. This is why we're in a little bit of a hole at the moment. We're not making as much money as I'd like, because we've had to completely replop our trade depot. So I'll just show you what's going on here. We have got import on plastics. We want as much plastics as possible. The last thing we need is to be running out. We've got export on our TVs, 158 grand per delivery truck. We're getting about 1.5 million every time a trade boat comes in, which is great. We're importing oil. Once again, we've only just got this little tiny oil well over here. There's a little bit of ore underneath the main buildings in the commercial zone here. It's not worth it. It really isn't. The amount of space that it takes up, plopping an oil port, it's 9 grand for... it's 9 grand? Yeah, 9 grand per 1,000 tons of oil. Just import it. So again, we've got our alloys. I'm using it locally at the moment. If we start running low, we can start importing this. It is expensive, but at the end of the day, with the amount of industry that we've got here, it's well worth the price. So finally, we've got an oil refinery here. This is why we're importing the oil. The oil is coming straight over the road into here, and they're producing more plastic. The more plastic that this place produces, the less we have to use from our trade port from importing. So just trying to keep this at, the maximums, so these guys don't run out. The last thing we want is these guys running out of any of these resources here. We just want them to keep producing and producing and producing to get these TVs built. So go on, you full up. What's wrong here? So yeah, it's 1 or 2 changes, as you can see. I've left some space here because I am probably going to plop another trade port. As I say, we're going to plop another one of these consumer factories, probably where the ore mine is. With the amount of money we'll be making from that electronics factory, which are probably going to focus on computers, because we've got 3 here just pumping out the TVs. That's what I was going to show you. We have committed ourselves to the Great Works, the Arcology. This is in business. We've got metal coming from one of the other zones. TVs will be coming from here. 60,000 TVs. So yeah, you can start having my TVs, that's fine. Not sure how that works, so whether we actually get money for the exports, or I'll just have to keep an eye on my budget and see how it goes. If we start losing money by the bucket load, we'll have to save up a bit first. As I say, the reason we're in such a big hole at the moment, there was a disaster, so this zone here needed to be replopped. Having to redo this. In fact, are you okay? You weren't earthquaked? No, you're all okay. You're just a bit grubby. That's fine. Yeah, having to replop a trade port doesn't help. They are expensive. 80 grand for your trade port. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, 58 grand for your trade port, plus another 100 for the extension for the cargo ships, plus 20 per lot. That was really expensive. So yeah, not too happy about that. That's why the church has gone, because it was right next to a church. You know, F you. If a church is going to get hit by an earthquake, it shows you that the religion's not worth following. So yeah, I'm going to leave that church out of play, because I'm not going to tempt fate again by dropping that church again, especially not near anything expensive. It might come over here somewhere later in the game. We'll see what we think about that. So yeah, 47 grand an hour in the hole. I'll show you how this is working. You can see down here, city specialization, 23 grand an hour. We've also got 6 grand on our transportation. Transportation's really nice at the moment. You can see this junction here. It's a little bit of a queue, but it's not too bad. So that's all good. Why are you worried about microchips? Oh, you're full. That's what it is. Yeah, so we do need to plop ourselves another factory to start using all those lovely microchips. So yeah, it's all looking good. The other major change down here, we have extended our zone, the zone between the commercial zone over on the left of the screen and the residential zone on the right. This was an absolute nightmare. It was a tunnel. It was 2 lanes wide and it was not working at all. So we completely demolished that. We've got this lovely intersection in play now. There's a little bit of residential just on the edge here. It's fine. It's not causing any traffic problems at all. If the traffic starts becoming a problem again, we can just get rid of these buildings here to make it a little bit smoother. Might even put a junction in here, connect those 2 bits up, make it a bit smoother. I don't know, you know, it's all these options which we've got for later games. Good. So yeah, that's where we are today. Not much really I'm going to do today. I'm just going to let it play really. We're going to zap the speed up, wait for some money to come in, get these TVs out on the market. Show you how much we're making off those. 158 grand a pop, which isn't bad. But we are making, here we go, 1.5 million. If you can see there. TV's 1.5 million, which is every time a ship comes in and comes and visits our trade port, takes out everything that's sitting in here. At the moment we've got 5,000 crates of TVs. Sometimes that's up in the 15,000 crates of TVs, and yeah, 1.5 million in one